And let me tell you something, guys, there's something about this laptop that is truly amazing. You have to see it because other PCs are not doing what this laptop is doing. It's just amazing. Right, Toyota champs, and here it is, the Gigabyte AERO 15, the new versions, of course, with that beautiful OLED panel. Have a look at that. And of course, RTX 3000 series graphics. And woof, this thing goes as hard as it ever has. And if there is some specific testing you want done on this and on the RTX 3070, this one has a 3070, let me know in the comments. I will be comparing it to a 2080. Now, you don't have to take my word for it. I mean, Jared Tech said the same sort of thing here. This is the best thin and light premium gaming. Well, actually, it's more aimed at content creators these days. Sort of thin and premium gaming content creation laptop out there. Is it still the best? Well, let's find out. Now, when I first opened this, the first thing I saw was the lid. It's got a new design on the lid. It looks pretty cool. It's a different graphic. Apart from that, it looks pretty much the same as the last generation, and that is a good thing because this was the best in its class. I mean, better than the Alienware M15, better than the Razer Blade, better than the MSI GS65, 66, whatever it is. This is better. This is the best. And the reasons why is a lot of them had this 4K panel, but Gigabyte had the best calibrated one, and this is definitely the best one out there. Calibration, you look at it straight away, you know, Delta E's less than 1. It's, you know, for content creators' dream here. Now, I know a lot of people think, oh, should I have a 16:10 for content creation? Well, this is sort of like gaming and content creation. So 16:9 is 100% the best way to go if you're going to be gaming. For content creation, 16:10 can be better, but I can tell you one thing now. Every time I review a 16:10 laptop, I get in the comments, it's not OLED, I'm not touching it. And I forgot actually how good OLED was because I haven't reviewed an OLED laptop for a while, and wow, the pop is just amazing. And yeah, OLED or 16:10. Let me know down there in the comments. You can't have both, remember, because there is no OLED 16:10. Also have the latest 10th generation Intel CPUs, and this has a new CPU, by the way. It's a 10870. So it's not a 10875, 10870. I've never had that CPU before. So, you know, it's the same sort of thing. It's a 10th generation Intel. But what we're really here for is the new RTX graphics. And this is certified as a studio laptop. RTX 3070 in this one. Have a look on the screen, you'll see the other models you can get. But yeah, why was this the best thin and light? Well, it was the thermals. The thermals check out. This could maintain about 90 watts and keep the CPU under 90 degrees. Now, if you had an i9 that was undervolted, this thing would do 90 watts all day on that CPU. GPU went up to about 105 watts. That's the maximum I saw on a GPU. Essentially, that's why this was the best. It had the best sort of thermals in its class, and nothing has changed here. The thermals are like excellent and best in class, and actually put some like proper gaming laptops to shame, the thermals in this. Also had all the ports, right? We have two M.2s inside, so that's a content creator's dream. And then we have USB Type A's, we have DisplayPort, HDMI, and that's a 2.1 by the way. And we also have Thunderbolt. Now, as I said, it does have the Intel CPU. There is no option of AMD. And the advantages with Intel CPU is this resizable bar thing. It sounds like the marketing guy that come up with the name Force Touch. That sounds inappropriate, and maybe resizable bars do as well. But anyway, resizable bar basically means if you have an Intel CPU, a NVIDIA GPU, the Intel CPU can actually share some of the memory from the GPU. Be interested to see if the Intel systems are the fastest for gaming. Maybe that 5-10% boost you get with, you know, resizable bar, maybe it gives it a bit of an edge in gaming, but until I test an AMD system, I have no idea. What you also get with Intel is Intel HD, and I cannot tell you how many programs still use Intel HD, and it is a big benefit to have that Intel HD. But I mean, some things are starting to use the NVENC encoder in the NVIDIA now, but yeah, still Intel HD is an advantage. But the biggest advantage, the biggest advantage for me is Thunderbolt 3. And they didn't skimp on this Thunderbolt 3. In fact, I would say this is Thunderbolt 4 compliant. And let me tell you something, guys, there's something about this laptop that is truly amazing. You have to see it because other PCs are not doing what this laptop is doing. It's just amazing. So let's plug this in. Alright, so that is a Thunderbolt 4 dock. Boom, boom, boom. You hear that? Thunderbolt 4 dock this is, okay? 4! Thunderbolt 4. Now, if you don't know, Thunderbolt 4 is actually Thunderbolt 3 with every feature implemented and the security, like the DMA protection, the direct memory access protection enabled as well. So, you know, it was thought that only Thunderbolt 4 could hub. Well, if you have a Thunderbolt 3 that has everything implemented, that means it is virtually Thunderbolt 4. This will work, a Thunderbolt 4 dock. It works with every single Mac. I've tried it on 2 PCs. Doesn't work, okay? Plug in this Thunderbolt 3. Alright, that's Thunderbolt 3. That is a Thunderbolt 3 drive. And woof, there we go, it comes up. Let's plug another thing in, a USB Type-C sort of hard drive. And boom, that comes up. Woof, woof, woof. This is basically Thunderbolt 4 now. And I can tell you, every other PC manufacturer, most of them are not implementing every single feature on Thunderbolt 3. They do not skimp with their AERO. This is proper Thunderbolt 3. Basically means it can use a Thunderbolt 4 hub here. So really, this AERO here is really going to be hard to beat in this thin and light sort of premium sort of slash gaming slash sort of content creation device. You know, it's got everything you want, best thermals, you know, every port, 2 M.2s, the best display for, you know, calibration and stuff like that. So yeah, how are you going to beat it? And we have RTX 3070. Stay tuned, because my next video will be comparing this 3070 to a 2080. Should you get a 2080 on a discount or a 3070, a new one? I'm interested in knowing that. So this is going to be very interesting comparing this. And I can say now, the testing I have done with this 3070, yeah, it flies. It flies. It's really fast, and this AERO keeps it nice and cool. And yeah, it does about 105 sort of watts maximum, but yeah, it can maintain about 95, something like that sort of watts there. So it is good. Stay tuned. Yeah, let me know down there in the comments what you want done with this, you know, awesome machine. Is it still the best? As I said, I don't know, man. I have to test the other laptops, but it's going to be hard to beat, right? So anyway, catch you in the next one, guys. Tally ho.